Yo, Sanjo J here, people. What's going on? So, welcome to my review for Boruto episode 62 and 63. So, yeah, obviously, since I didn't really cover Boruto last week, and but I was saying, like, based on how that episode went, I just said, it probably better I wait till episode 63 comes out and I just do them in one video, which, um, even going into after finishing episode 63. I can safely say I think I made the right decision. So let's get right into it. So 62 Sasuke's secret weapon and 63 rescuing Naruto. So it's safe to say we're finally at that point where we're finally at the climax or the final third or final act of the Boruto Naruto, the movie retelling or anime adaptation of it. And with that, we're kind of about to touch into, I guess, manga only territory in terms of adapting stuff from the manga. And even though they've already started doing that, judging by with how episode 63 ended, but we'll get to that. But the point I'm trying to bring across with us reaching this point now, it is like, honestly, episodes 62 and 63 are probably the worst paced episodes in this arc, honestly. And that's really and truly due to what I'm saying with the anime basically starting to catch up with the manga. Granted, by the end of the Boruto the movie retelling, the manga ends at chapter 10. If you're following the manga, or even if you don't know, we're at chapter 25 this month, which I should assume should be coming out this weekend. So yeah, and yeah, even though the manga is monthly, it's still kind of cutting it kind of close, I suppose. But especially since the anime is weekly, so there's that. But anyway, so with episode 62, we get Boruto coming to a realization, basically sinking to rock bottom. It's basically the turning point for his character, the turning point coming full circle, I suppose. Great characterization for Boruto in this episode. Great developments, great change in his character in terms of his motivations and what he views as important. All solid points from the movie in his whole development, in his whole life cycle of his character. So it's only uphill from here, especially for the persons that hate Boruto, I'd say. But the thing is, episode 62, it's so poorly paced. Like, we get like the same flashback of Naruto probably like 3 or 4 times of him in his six-pack tail beast mode protecting the village. And it's insane. Like, it's extremely, I know they're going to expand on, I mean, up to this point they've done a decent job of expanding on scenes from the movie with additional dialogue, fleshing out things, but episode 62 legitimately felt dragged out with the same flashbacks upon flashbacks of stuff we've already seen already. So there's that. I mean, towards the end of the episode, just like the movie, we get Sasuke coming in and the 5 Kage coming in and deciding to, making that whole plan to go rescue Naruto and all of that. And that's basically episode 62 in a nutshell. So that scene from the movie after Momoshiki leaves with Naruto. Yeah. Between that and them jumping into the portal was essentially this entire episode. Now, episode 63, it's basically in the same category. It gets the same treatment, basically. But more so, it focuses more on the Naruto side of things and more of the relationship between... It focuses more on the relationship between Boruto and Naruto. Because at the start of the episode, we get flashbacks of, recap of last week's episode, 62. And then we get some dialogue, interesting dialogue between Momoshiki and Naruto, which expands on what we got in the movie in terms of them using chakra they got before to plant divine trees. So apparently beast chakra was used to plant a tree. That was an interesting tidbit there. But another interesting aspect I'd say was Naruto kind of reflecting on how he has treated Boruto um, in the past, especially after the Kages and Sasuke come in to rescue him, and we have a moment between, well, a long moment between Boruto and Naruto. Naruto, it's kind of like a double-edged sword because I view it like this: it's good development for him as a father, him coming to a realization of how he's been treating him and all of that. He especially makes the connection with how with Boruto's decisions, his treatment of him, and his decision to use the Ninja Tool exam. So Naruto comes to the realization of all that. But what makes this whole plot point or dynamic between Naruto and Boruto a bit of a double-edged sword, I'd say, is that really and truly the problems between with Naruto's family problems are kind of forced because this is the guy that made a bunch of shadow clones in the war. He could easily spend time with his family, is all I'm saying. It's but it's a source of conflict for the story, even though it's forced, probably a bit contrived, probably a bit. At the same time, I know Naruto's a person that's not gonna half-ass his job, especially since his job was his dream for all those years. But I mean, balance Naruto. But it's good that he's come to realization, and going forward, um, Naruto and Boruto develop as a character. Boruto as a son, Naruto as a father, and if nothing else, I can appreciate 62 and 63 for those aspects. But the pacing really drags it down, honestly, because even when we had the talk between Boruto and Naruto, I'm like, it was appreciated, but it was really long, and it kind of took me out of the moment because they were just about to go to fight Momoshiki and Kinshiki. So, okay, guys, you can stop talking. Let's get on with the fight. So yeah, it was kind of 50-50. But what I did like is that going towards the end of the episode when Momoshiki absorbed Kinshiki, based on how it was structured, I realized instantly that there's a good chance they may take the design of Momoshiki Kinshiki absorbed from the manga, and that's exactly what they did. Like it was it's pretty cool to see. It's pretty refreshing. I like the design in the manga, and I really liked how it looked. I love how it looks here in the anime. Honestly, my gosh. But yeah, I mean, the episode 63 ends off with that after Momoshiki absorbs Kinshiki. Um, I don't know. I don't know if Boruto will be coming out next week. I think it would be to the benefit for them to like kind of put off episode 64. But that would probably suck since 62 and 63 were 63 and 64 were so horribly paced. Eh, I'm really just hoping 65 is is much better. But I'm interested in seeing how they adapted different fight scenes from the manga, which it seems like they'll be doing compared to the movie. But all in all, I think episodes 63 and 64 are probably the weakest episodes structure wise of the this arc. But what are you gonna do? You can't have it your way all the time, right? But anyway, let me know what you guys thought about the episode. Um, Not much more to say, really. Episodes 63, meh. 64, it was okay. So that's all I have for this one, though, people. So rate, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. And what was I gonna say? Hopefully the manga at chapter 25 comes up this weekend. I'll definitely be covering that if it does come out this weekend. Looking forward to just getting more information on Kawaki, because we're at the Kawaki arc in the manga. So yeah. But anyway, see you guys in the next one.